Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 8th. This week, we are just going to jump right in here, Virgo. You have this Imagine card and this To Be Fair card. Yeah, I feel that Virgos definitely need to dream big. I mean, you're in a time where you should be dreaming big with that, Imagine card. I'll show you that card in just a minute. But, I think it's time for you to kind of like give... I don't know what word I'm looking for, Virgo, but it's like you need to give something to your dreams with that To Be Fair card. It's like you need to give some recognition or some attention or something like that to some dreams that you have for your life or some things that you want to accomplish. And, I kind of feel like if you do that, you will be able to, start manifesting your dreams, or you will start, working towards them. You have this Open to Infinite Possibilities card. We're really in a time of infinite possibilities. Again, that doesn't mean that things are necessarily going to be easy, but it does say that if you're flexible, if you're willing to learn, that no matter what is going on in your life, that, you can find a way out. You can find a way to be more successful. You can find a way to, grow, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. There's probably more than one way to do it, or there are probably many ways to do what you're trying to do. So what I would say here is that I feel you need to dream big, just like everybody else. Again, we are in a time of dreaming. Neptune and Pisces, we've had Neptune and Pisces for a long time, and that Neptune and Pisces energy, I think, has really put us all in the dream world, but especially you, because, Pisces is your opposite sign. So, I think that a lot of you have had these dreams, or, even visions, or maybe you've just been more spiritual or spiritually led. Maybe you've been more into doing things like, art, or, more creative pursuits, and maybe you're naturally kind of like feeling more drawn to that because of the Neptune and Pisces energy that we've been dealing with for a long time. Wouldn't really surprise me if any of you Virgos, have become artists, over the last several years, or, have done more to, express yourself and all that other stuff. But there's something here about recognition with the To Be Fair card. I feel like this card, it's like the Justice card, and I feel that it is really saying that, it's almost like you need to recognize something about something. Sometimes I think to, tilt a scale in our favor, right? We have to pay attention to something, or we have to give something attention so that we can get recognized for it. And, that's kind of what's popping into my head here. You have the Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. The Queen of Wands about being bold, assertive, really going for something that you want. So the Queen of Wands is the card of learning as you go. A lot of people get the Queen of Wands nowadays, and I do feel that, embracing this energy is something that will probably help people the most. Just being willing to learn as you go, being flexible, educating yourself, following your bliss, all those things come up with the Queen of Wands. And I think that, and also not caring what people think, right? She has this black cat right here. During the times of tarot, black cats were very unlucky. And I always say, the black cat can represent a lot of things. All the cat ladies come out every time I say this and get all offended. It's just a picture, okay? I'm just explaining the meaning of the card. I'm not saying anything about the 19 cats that you have living under your mattress, right? I mean, please bear with me. But what I would say is that during the times of tarot, black cats were considered very unlucky. So, yes, I understand that your black cat might bring you birds and you consider that a lot of luck. Congratulations. But what I would also say is that the whole point of the card is that she loves her black cat. She doesn't care what anyone thinks. She just wants a black cat. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be things that you need to do in your life that maybe other people don't agree with, but you need to do it anyway. And again, this comes up for a lot of people. I think that it's a sign of the times. Also, again, Neptune and Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional belief. So we were all raised with certain beliefs. If we go against those beliefs, there might be people in our life who don't agree with it. So again, it fits in very well with the astrology. The Ten of Pentacles here, so a lot of success and abundance coming in for you. I like whatever you're working on, and I've said this to you before, that for you Virgos that are working on new projects, or even if you're just like growing your business, or taking your business to new heights, or doing things differently with your business, I see a lot of success there with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like you're building a lot of stability with this card. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is like a knight in shining armor, so if you want love, there definitely could be love here. It could be a water sign. You go Knight of Cups up to the King of Cups. You have the Ten of Cups right next to it. Ten of Cups is happy home, happy family. So for those of you that want love, this looks really good. Actually, the Five of Wands could even say that you're attracting someone who gets a lot of attention. The Five of Wands is conflict and competition, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could just be a very attractive person, or a person who stands out. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Six of Cups. Definitely, I do feel if you are attracting connections, that they're going to be more playful, more childlike. This is not a bad thing. We're not saying, we're not saying playful as in, someone who's going to waste your time or something like that. Just more lighthearted, carefree type of energy. And I do feel like you could be attracting a person like that who is kind of like very lighthearted, carefree, more playful, all those things. That doesn't mean that they're not going to be, serious or anything like that. Like I said, I think that this is just a more lighthearted connection. Oh, here you go. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands. I love 2 6s. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I love when 2 6s come up together. 2 6s to me is like confirmation for your path, especially when they show up touching like this, or on top of each other or sideways or whatever. As long as they're right next to each other, to me that is a very good sign that you are on the right path. And you have the 2 good 6s in the deck, the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is a card of victory, success. I do feel you are having new victories in work. Are you kidding me? With the Knight of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So there you go. This is definitely a good reading here, Virgo. Ten of Pentacles twice is amazing. Ten of Pentacles is just success, growth, abundance, good things coming in for you. That looks really amazing to me. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this starfish. It says open to infinite possibilities. You have a swan. It says time for a deep dive on it. I think that it is time for you to dive deep into something new that you're working on. So for those of you, I should say, that are working on something new, the swan spirit says you have to do more than just scratch the surface. So if you're doing something new in work or business, I think you really have to dive into it and really do your research and look into it and, all that other stuff. As well. It's and like really kind of look for answers, right? It's kind of funny because I'm working on an article right now that I'm writing for something, and in that article I'm talking about how when years ago in 2011, my dad told me about Bitcoin. He has a super nerd friend who was just into Bitcoin and everything. The guy probably is in Dubai right now, living on some sort of yacht, right? But my dad told me about it. I remember being like, wow, that's really interesting. It kind of caught my attention more than anything else. Probably my intuition being like, hey, dumbass, go research this thing, right? And had I, what I'm writing about in the article is that had I researched it, I probably would have been, knowing who I am, I probably would have invested in it, although you can't say that, but still, it was like $13 at the time, right? And so, that's kind of the energy I get here, where it's like, you might become interested in something, or you are interested in something right now. And, sometimes I think that it's the research, the looking into something, that instead of just saying, oh, that's interesting and walking away, kind of looking into something, that's where you discover the gold, right? Had I done the research, I probably would have invested in it, and who knows where I'd be right now, right? So, there you go. But I feel like this is also saying that research will also lead to infinite possibilities. There's, when you start looking into things and being curious, that's when you discover other things that could interest you as well. You have the Four of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and the Temperance card. Four of Pentacles is a card of holding on too tightly to the past. I think that Virgos might be holding on to old love stories, and yeah, I would just work on it. You have this Healing the Heart card coming up next as well. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be working on healing your heart, or healing how it's the words that I'm getting are healing how you connect or something like that. So again, you could be healing the reason why you connect to people. Really, that's again kind of a random message. And again, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, so I have no clue what I'm talking about. But it's popping into my head that there might be a certain way that you do connect with people. And again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that maybe you're looking at it and you're saying oh, I'm looking for my father, I'm looking for my mother, I'm looking for happiness or someone to satisfy my childhood abandonment or whatever, right? And again, this is a good thing. I think that a lot of you could be healing this, whatever the thing is, right? And I think it's going to make you much more successful in relationships in the future. And again, your astrology really points to this in the first place. You have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, a card of conflict and competition. But really, I like the Five of Wands. It's a card of conflict, but really, these people are learning how to fight. So it says that you are learning something, and maybe it's been a difficult journey, but you are learning something. You are going to get a reward for what you have learned. You have the Temperance card. Temperance is a card of patience, of course, and trying to turn one thing into another. I do feel like you are transforming something, like I already said. Even the swans can represent transformation. They're on top of the water, but they can dip their heads into the water, kind of simulates a transformation. And even going this way, I think that you are transforming the way that you love. So this reading is pretty clear to me, Virgo. It's one of those readings that's just, I feel like it's flowing. I feel that there's just a good flow of energy. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Again, I feel you're just examining past relationships. I also feel that some of you could be coming out on top in a situation. I actually feel pretty good about this. Like, if you have been dealing with a battle or, like a legal battle or something like that, you could be coming out on top here. With the Five of Wands, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands, you have almost all four kings here. But again, I feel there could be love coming in for you. You have the King and Queen of Wands here, but you have, these three kings. We're just missing the King of Pentacles to have your Emperor. But this right here would represent a lot of a desire and attraction. So again, I do feel like you could be attracting a person where there's a lot of desire and attraction. Obviously, could be any sign. You literally have practically everything here. With the Temperance card, you have the Page of Cups. I mean, like I said, I think that it's pretty simple. I think that something is coming in for you, and I feel it's something that will heal your heart. And again, I think it has to do with how you love, or how you look for relationships or something like that. Like I said, it's a good thing. You have this Seeing Beyond card and this Healing the Heart card. This is coming up in the area of what's coming towards you. And I feel that for a lot of you, again, it's a very intuitive time for you. We have Neptune and Pisces, your opposite sign. So you are going to be, and this has been there for a while, and it's not leaving until the end of 2025. So you're going to be very intuitive. And if you aren't already, and I would trust that intuition of yours. I would listen to what your intuition is saying. I do feel like a lot of you are clearly going through a heart. Again, I'm cheating, healing your heart. I'm cheating a little bit because, again, based off your astrology, you definitely are, you are due to heal your heart, or, change the way that you express your love, or, changing the way that you enter into relationships and things like that. Even if you don't want love, by the way, this doesn't have to be love. This could be your relationship to the things that you love, the people that you love in your life, like all that. So even if you don't want like a romantic connection, this could just be your regular connections as well. You have the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Death card. Definitely could be a love connection. Like I said, the King of Cups has deep feelings, and he has deep emotions. He understands his emotions as well. He understands how he feels about things, and he has explored his emotions. He is very, very similar to that Swan spirit. Again, if there was a tarot equivalent of that Swan spirit, it would be the King of Cups, right? So he dives deep into his emotions. He has explored his emotions. He's sitting in the middle of the ocean, and you can see the choppy waters all around him, but he is perfectly fine, because he has explored his emotions. He understands how he feels about things. He has, explored every direction of his emotions. And so therefore he is very emotionally stable. I do feel if you're looking for love, you could be attracting an emotionally stable person, but you also could be becoming more emotionally stable. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups would be your emotions overflowing. So I feel for a lot of you that you are finding a lot more happiness and joy in your life with the Ace of Cups. I feel like your emotions are overflowing. I also feel like there's something about direction here. I feel like you're moving in a new direction. There's this W here, and it kind of it could represent the West. The sun sets in the West, and so I feel for a lot of you that there's something about direction. Some of you might be moving to the West or something like that is what I'm getting here. I also feel sometimes, not always, and I actually haven't said this in a long time, but sometimes I feel that this dove right here is dropping the Eucharist down into the cup, and that's what's causing the cup to overflow. And so sometimes I feel that we can't just accept the cup into our life, like there's an action that we have to take to cause the cup to overflow. And this does not have to be love, by the way. This is something that you will love, the Ace of Cups. So this could be your job, your business, your career. But it's almost like I feel like some of you are going to be presented with like an action that you could take. I would do it, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is. It's just popping into my head this way. So I would, don't be afraid to take the action towards something. You have the Death card. The Death card is like a big transformation or a big change coming into your life. So I feel for a lot of you that there is a big transformation that's coming in for you. I really feel it's you that's transforming. Out of all the signs, I think that Virgos are definitely one of the signs that will probably change the most over the next just couple of years here. So, and especially if you have a job or a business or a career, how you present yourself in that career, how you present yourself in that, in that business or whatever. That is the thing that will probably be changing with this energy. So there you go. Let's see. With the King of Cups, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be love coming in for you, like I said already. I mean, it's a very good love reading. The readings for love in the month of April were really good. So, again, definitely could be a solid love connection. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Moon card. The Moon is like the introspection. It's kind of very similar to the Hermit, your card, the Moon. The Moon is darkness. It's a period of, kind of like not, it's part of the fool's journey. He basically doesn't understand where he's going, but he needs to go down this path, down the middle, no matter what. These two this dog and the coyote, dog and the wolf, whatever you prefer, they kind of represent a balance between your like wild side and your domestic side, balancing those things out. But the fool has to walk through darkness. He has to maybe face some fears or face his subconscious with the moon as well. So I feel a lot of you have done a lot of that, and we see that with the Swan Spirit, the King of Cups as well. And with the Death card, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. So with the Seven of Pentacles, he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's looking at those seven pentacles and he's saying, is it worth it for me to work on these pentacles, or is there something better? I feel for a lot of you, there could be something better that you're working on in work or business or career. And that's what I would do here with the Seven of Pentacles. So that looks amazing. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Time Master card and this Blade card. I kind of feel like you're getting down to brass tacks here. I feel like you're cutting things out and only doing what's important. I really see this, I get a very simple message here of you just simplifying things. So, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of you were simplifying your life or making things more simple or making things less complicated and all that other good stuff. It's kind of funny because I live in a house right now, but I'm going to be moving, and I made a joke like the other day that I really just want to move into an apartment because like taking care of a house is like such a hassle, right? Like in an apartment, I don't have to deal with anything, right? And so, but now I'm seriously considering just moving into an apartment so that I don't have to so I don't have to deal with like anything, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting here is that some of you could be like moving into an apartment just because it's easier, or you could be making other changes just because it's so much easier for you. And that's really what I feel here with these energies. You have the Ten of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the King of Swords. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, happiness, good things coming in for you after a difficult period of time. Definitely could be love. I feel there's clearly a solid love connection coming in for you. If you want love, this could be a person you end up having a family with. I also feel this person, could be very wise. You have that Time Master card, and the King of Swords, he would be like the Time Master in the tarot if there was a card, if that card had a tarot equivalent. And the King of Swords, he has like a lot of knowledge and wisdom. He's learned a lot of things, but he has put those things into practice. So, again, you could be attracting someone with a lot of wisdom. You have the Five of Swords, and again, you have the Five of Swords twice here. Coming up in the good stuff right here, over here, I should say, this really tells me that this is a good thing, that the Five of Swords is saying that your risks that you're taking in life are paying off. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. I kind of feel like you could be attracting a connection that you don't really think exists. So, again, this could be a really solid connection. Seven of Cups says you're spoiled for choice as well, especially in the good stuff. With the Five of Swords, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. Definitely could be some sort of change in your fortunes. I think that the changes are, again, coming personally, but also in the way that you present yourself in work. So, if you can, anything you can do to change the way you present yourself in work is going to lead to a lot of benefits, is what I'll say there. With the King of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, like putting in the work, it's mastering a craft. I kind of feel like this is almost saying your hard work is paying off here, Virgo. King of Swords is like a lot of knowledge and wisdom. The Eight of Pentacles, is a card of apprenticeship and mastery. He is about to become a master of his craft. So, again, I feel that a lot of you are about to master something in your life, or you are mastering something in your life. This is a really good reading, Virgo. I like where this is going, so... And you really can't beat the Ten of Pentacles twice. There could be a very solid, something coming in with that Ten of Pentacles. You have this Forest card. It says muddled, uncleared thinking. The Moon card, I think with that Moon card, maybe you've had muddled, unclear thinking, and now your thinking is becoming much more clear. You have this Chair empty card. It says someone is leaving your life. I feel like someone new is entering your life, really, is what this should say. You have so many good love cards here. It's clear to me that there's someone new entering into your life, or there's just a new connection. You have this, here you go, you have this marriage card. Some of you could be getting married. If you're with a person right now and it's positive, this could be marriage. If you're meeting a new person, that could be the new person you marry. You have this February card, and you have this Tower card. It says solid foundation, success with effort. So I feel for a lot of you that between now and like next year, if you're working on anything new projects, new businesses, new directions, that you're really going to be seeing a lot of success and growth between now and like the month of February of next year. These next two cards came out together. You have this card, this Mountain Road card says you're on the road to success. You have the Scales card. It says keep your life in balance. Again, you start with that to be fair card as well. So clearly you're on the road to success, but I would make sure that you're keeping things in balance. I would also say that I don't remember exactly what I said on that to be fair card, but I kind of feel like you need to make sure that you're, feeding the correct parts of yourself. And I feel as long as you do that, you will be on the road to success. So this looks amazing, Virgo. Love it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.